Hello and welcome to the Microsoft Azure High Availability Test Console tutorial. Today we're going to learn how to use the test console and be able to ensure that your customers using your websites are experiencing the best possible availability of your site at all times, and that you can build your website and configure your website in the best way to do that. So right now you can see we're here on the Microsoft Azure portal. So we're just going to go to Browse and then Websites to view our list of websites. So yeah, as you can see here, I've created a few samples. I'm just going to click on one of them. We can browse this site, and you can see I just made a simple application, Visual Studio, and published it right to Azure. Very easy to do. Check out some of the other tutorials that are available on the web for how to do that. So now what we're going to need in order to use this tool is actually a web extension, or excuse me, a site extension. This is a new feature to Azure websites. And if you scroll down right here in this pane and go to configuration, you see extensions right here. You can see I have one installed site extension, and that's the one that we're actually going to need to use. If you don't have it yet, all you have to do is here click Add. It will bring you to the gallery, where all you have to do would be to select one of these, and you would be able to install it in just a couple easy clicks. It only takes a few seconds, very easy. We can come back here and look specifically at this site extension, and we can browse to make sure it's there. So we see it. Real quick, while we're still on the portal, we're going to want to come back here, and you can see the button that says Download Published Profile. You're going to want to do that. We're going to need this later in the tutorial. You can just open that up. You're going to be looking for two things in that. One is the username and the other is the user password. These are the publishing credentials. This is sort of what gives you access to those site extensions and make sure you're the site owner are the only ones that have access to the site extensions of their own site. So now that you have that, open that up just so that you can use it in a few steps during this tutorial. So I already have that open, and I've already gotten the information I need, so I can come back over here to this web extension. Since it's live here, you can see that it's running, and that's good. And so we just go here. Now this is the actual test console, so it's very easy to run a test with this. All you have to do is enter in your URL right here. And so for mine, it's sample HA for high availability 3 .azure websites.net. And make sure you're using the URL that would be your site name .azurewebsites.net. If you may use another URL from DNS that would allow you to allow your users to use that instead. But for the purposes of this test, always use the .azurewebsites.net version of your URL. So now it's going to need you to authenticate that you are in fact the owner of this site, and that's where you're going to put in the username and password. If you haven't changed the username and password, the username is probably going to look a lot like your site name, just with a $sign in front of it. And I've already copied my password, so we can click verify, and that's going to communicate with that site extension and ensure that we can in fact communicate with it. And after that's verified, you can see that it's added to the websites to test list right here. After that, all you have to do is select run all, or run each of the tests individually, and that will kick off, and each one takes about a minute or so to run. If you have any questions on how to interpret different test results, or any other questions in general about this tool, please see my blog right here. There's lots of information there about this tool. If you're interested in the source code, you can go to GitHub right here, or email me right down here as well, whichever works best for you. So I hope you've learned how to use the High Availability Test Console with this tutorial, and check back for new features that should be showing up very often. Thank you.